Yo, what is going on, all of my beautiful subscribers? I'm here in my garage. Just kidding, I'm not that guy. I'm here in the garage where the Turbo Miata was built, and where I and a couple friends fabricated a ton of stuff to make this kit work. I'm gonna do a full review on the CX Racing kit, but I just want to give you a rundown of some of the things we ran into and show you, that the car is 99% done, I guess you could say. We have to drill the oil pan and do the oil feed line, and we're done. So the process was very painful, but I believe that if I release a tutorial or a step-by-step on how to do this turbo build, you guys will be able to do it literally in a day. I feel like if somebody brought me their Miata right now with the CX Racing kit, I could get it done in 8 hours. I'd have the kit put on. Not including gauges, but the kit is very difficult as far as this was the first thing I've ever done to a car besides an air intake, so doing all of this was a little different. But let's go ahead and look at it and get a rundown of everything that we did so far. First thing you're gonna see is the aggressive looking front mount intercooler, and that is amazing. I love that. It's beautiful. Here is the intercooler piping. It is very conveniently built and it is meant to fit. So shout out to CX Racing for that. Minus one little thing. This fan right here, the fan part, sort of hard to see after it's installed, but if you look, we had to cut this. Okay, so the fan has these little pieces right here like this, and we had to cut from like here to here. We had to cut it off so the piping would fit. And I know that might seem like a problem to some people, but to me, it took 5 seconds with a Dremel tool. We were done. I believe this is your idle control valve. This plugs into your intercooler piping. Very simple. All you have to do is rotate it down, plugs right in. You got your blow-off valve, mounts up very nice right there, and it fits perfect. I mean, it is a very tight fit, but it fits perfect. You can see the belt down here is very close to it. But unless you unless your belt breaks, you'll be completely fine. These brackets I am very impressed with. I feel like I could do a pull-up on this pipe and it's not coming off. I mean, you literally can shake the entire car. So there's that. This side's intercooler piping is not done right now, and that is for a specific reason. As when you drill the oil pan, you need some room down here, and unfortunately, it's right where the intercooler piping goes, but I can show you just real quick that this piece, pretty much all you gotta do is stick it down like this. Here we go. You just stick it down right here, like so, and it mounts up to the turbo with the coupler. So it's very fast and easy to put this side of the intercooler on if you know what you're doing. This right here, this side of the intercooler took me like 6 hours to figure out because I have AC. I don't have power steering, I have AC, and trying to figure out where it goes in the configuration was absolutely ridiculous. So I'm gonna show you guys the tips and tricks that I did to do this. Another thing is your oil drain for your turbo sits right by one of the screws that goes into your manifold. So that right there is a jam nut is what it's called, and you have to go from the bottom with a bolt. Where's that? With a bolt right here, slide a jam nut down in there and screw it on. It was the biggest pain in the butt to do that. That part right there took a day because we didn't have any jam nuts, so we had to wait all day to get that piece on. Another thing that was a pain was on the back here. On the bottom of your downpipe right here is another screw, okay? And that screw does not fit in there because of the angle. Or this is a screw. You have to shave part of the head off in order for it to fit up in there and screw in properly. And I know this seems ghetto, guys, and that's what you're gonna get when you have a kit like this, okay? But it works well, and I'm very satisfied with it so far. It's very sturdy. Everything is tightened down as tight as possible. I know you're supposed to tighten stuff to spec, but I don't know, I went a little bit overkill with it just because I don't like have to do stuff twice. Over here is the FMU system, and that's the fuel management unit and the O2 sensor modifier. I hope it's safe right here. I don't know if these wires can withstand the heat. I might get some wrapping and wrap it somehow. But yeah, guys, it wasn't that bad. There's a ton of T's because I don't have Mega Squirt, so there's stuff teed off everywhere, and I know that's ghetto. But like I said 100 times, this is a budget build. It was around 1,500 bucks for all of this, and we haven't even got it started yet, which makes me very sad. The reason it hasn't started yet is because the oil feed that they provided is supposed to go right underneath the manifold on the oil cinder, is what I believe it's called, and I just don't want to do that. It's way too much work to do that. You can use the other oil line that's already built into the engine, and it's very close to the turbo, so I'd prefer doing that. I had to buy a special piece, in order to fit my oil line in that place. So that's what we're waiting on right now, and that's why the car hasn't started. I'll show you where that's at real quick. So if you look down here, if you look where that nut is barely in there, let's see if I can't, don't want to ruin my nice jacket, but right here is where you can connect an oil line. So what you do is you'll connect there, it'll run up, connect to the top of your turbo. I know this is supposed to be 100% centered, but I don't know, I'm gonna try to wing it. Hopefully that's enough to not damage anything. I think it'll be fine. But that's where we're gonna run the oil feed line, and we have to drill the oil pan, which is absolutely terrifying. If you are doing an FMU and O2 sensor modifier, you will have this kit right here. So what happens is you'll get this elbow connected to this elbow, and you'll keep your stock airflow meter, and that is a necessity in order for this car to work. This is your diagnostics box where you will connect your jumper so you can adjust your timing, and that is going to happen, where's it at? Right down here. That's where your timing is at, and you will need a timing gun like so in order to adjust that. You got your cam angle sensor back here where you will adjust to the right just a little bit to retard the system, and to the left to advance the system. For this sake, I'm going to retard the system probably down to 5 or 6 degrees just to be safe. But I guess I kind of did a review on the CX Racing kit. I am going to do a full-on tutorial to teach you guys what you need to do, because the first thing right out of the box is the turbo is supposed to connect to a intercooler pipe right down here. Well, the turbo comes with the housing facing just like that. So you have to reclock the turbo, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. It's very simple. All you need is some snap ring pliers, and you just gotta turn it. So that's some of the stuff I didn't know. The boost controller, adjusting the wastegate, putting on the fuel management system. I wanna teach you guys how to do all of that so you're not left just kind of lost. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. The car hasn't started. It's making me sad. I wanna start it, and hopefully we can get it started this Saturday. And if you guys notice, I upload every Wednesday and every Sunday. So that means if we started on Saturday, then that means Sunday, you guys will get your first turbo video. So, excuse me, thank you for watching. It's your boy Kolu, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.